Now we're going to talk about underlayments. Underlayment underneath a laminate flooring is a requirement. There are a host and plethora of underlayments on the market. All of these underlayments have different qualities. They're made using different materials. There are different thicknesses, different colors, different chemicals, different everything. So just to go through a handful of them for you and to understand what is out there on the market, there is products that are made using polystyrene. There are products out there using cross-linked polyolefin. There are products out there using recycled car tires. There are products out there that are made of corrugated and recycled paper and cardboard. There are products that are made of synthetic latex, products made of polyurethane, products made of basic foam, polyethylene foam. There's a host of different technologies. EVA is also one. There are products out there that work. They can work underneath a laminate flooring. What is important to understand is several things. One, most manufacturers do not want underlayment to exceed 3 millimeters underneath their laminate flooring. This can be achieved by having let's say, a 1 millimeter underlayment that might be attached to the product, and then adding a 2 millimeter underlayment underneath that. We'll talk about why we would do something like that. So what's the purpose of the underlayment? The main purpose of the underlayment is sound abatement. It is to absorb the sound when you're walking on the floor. Different underlayments achieve that in different ways. There are many different test methods that get used to test each one of the different underlayments that can be used in order to reduce or abate the sound, whether it's sound within the room, known as ambient sound transfer, or sound from one floor to another, which can be termed IIC or impact insulation class. There are testing certifications for every product and for every different underlayment that can be used. Finding the right formula and the right product for your installation is very important. So consult your retailer or consult your manufacturer as to what is the right underlayment to be used underneath the product. Now, there are many different thicknesses out there in underlayments. They generally range between 1 millimeters and 3 millimeters. Is there thicker than 3 millimeters? Yes. There are different rubber underlayments, different products made of recycled car tires that can be upwards of 4 and 5 millimeters. Many of those types of underlayments will require special approval by the manufacturer before putting it underneath the product. So make sure you talk to your manufacturer and find out whether that thicker underlayment you want to use is appropriate. Within all of the different products that are out there in underlayments, what is most important to a laminate manufacturer is the compressive strength of the product. Depending on whether the product is produced using a closed cell or an open cell technology, or whether it is a material that is recoverable or not, or how much impact or compressive strength that product has, those are what's most important. What you want to avoid is an underlayment that feels really good for about 2 weeks, but that it crushes down, and long-term, it does not do a good job allowing the flooring to perform. It doesn't give you the softness underfoot that you're really looking for from an underlayment, and it doesn't abate the sound on a long-term basis the way you really want it to. So make sure you understand which underlayment you are talking about and trying to use underneath your floor. One of the main reasons also why you use underlayment is to make the floor nice and soft when you walk on it, so it doesn't feel like you're walking on concrete. This is important, and this gets achieved pretty much by most underlayments that are on the market today, but some are, of course, better. There is always an entry-level type product, and there is always a premium product. So understand there are technology differences in the material that's used, and of course there are price per square foot differences as you go from entry-level up to premium underlayments. The other reason why we use underlayments is to kind of level out any minor surface imperfections that could be on the subfloor. And when I say minor, I mean minor. Any major subfloor imperfection that you would have really needs to be taken care of before you go and try to install the underlayment and the laminate floor. Some little surface imperfections you won't notice, but if it's too big of an imperfection, it will be noticeable when you install the floor. So make sure if you're doing the installation, you address that, or if you're having it professionally installed, your installer should address any of those minor imperfections or debris that could be on the floor. In the end, because an underlayment is required, it is always important to realize what you're trying to achieve. So in a residential installation, most underlayments will work just fine. We always recommend a premium underlayment because it gives a long-term performance to the laminate floor. In multifamily projects, high-rises, or some commercial environments, you need to achieve minimum levels of sound abatement. These IIC, HIIC, STC, Delta IIC, these numbers are achieved by using different combinations of underlayment with the laminate flooring. So again, consult your manufacturer to make sure that the combination of product and underlayment that you're using is going to achieve the exact results that your customers are looking for.